Joining me now to discuss the latest is commentator and editor-in-chief at the Foreign News Desk, Lisa Daftari. Lisa, you have a short film called Women of Iran. I'd encourage people to watch it on YouTube. It's only a few minutes long, but it gives a powerful insight into these protests, including the way the regime has attacked the youngest and most vulnerable protesters.
These young women who are being poisoned by chemical attacks in the classroom to set the example that young students should not be protesting, they should not be interfering themselves or getting involved in political protest. These are examples of the brutality that this government is capable of.
This Islamist regime, Lisa, it's just shameless, attacking schoolgirls for daring to protest.
Yeah, it seems as though, I'll cut to the chase and give you the punchline, it seems as though the more brutal they act, the more the Western world is looking to reward them. And I'm talking about the United States, the EU, the UN. They're getting positions, high-level positions at the UN. They're being honored at the UN. You look at the EU and the US, we just found out this week, leaked documents show that the United States has been working back channels to get back into a nuclear deal, to normalize relations and to unfreeze billions of dollars back to Iran's regime, solely because that's their ideology. That's the line they want to follow. And the bottom line is that they're ignoring the cries of the Iranian people who have been out on the streets many, many times over the last 44 years since this government has been in office. But over the last 8 months, since the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini, she was the young girl who was killed over her wear of hijab, which was more lax on her head. And for the last 8 months, they've been out on the streets protesting this regime and telling the world we want them to go.
Well, the Biden administration seems determined to do another Iranian deal, nuclear deal. Why do you think that is? I mean, that is just seems to be so counterintuitive to everything we know about how this nation behaves, what a threat it is in the region, the way it treats its own citizens, and how, frankly, dishonest it has been in its dealings with other nations. So why are they so determined to essentially empower this rogue nation?
Yeah, empower is the right word. And if you have to ask the question as to why the Obama administration wanted to get into the original 2015 nuclear deal, and of course the Biden administration being an extension of that, wanting a deal with Iran's regime to be the crown jewel of their foreign policy, their bragging rights, I think it goes back to a core ideological belief that they're the good guys. And the fact that they spend billions of dollars a year on suicide bombers and give money to Hamas and Hezbollah and so many other terrorist organizations, the fact that they have more executions in the last month than they have had in years in terms of setting records. They're maiming, they're raping, they are killing innocent protesters. But it seems as though their ideological line is to make nice with the bad guys. And that goes against so much of the evidence that we have right now against their rogue behavior. They're not even trying to be on better behavior to get that deal, but they know that the United States wants it so badly that they'll get those the billions of dollars and they'll get that deal as well, unfortunately.